Hi guys, welcome to my video on meditation, anxiety and depression. My name is Julia. I think we do not talk enough about depression and anxiety. Yes, we have made some headway in terms of bringing these issues more out into the open and providing some services to help people. But it is definitely not enough. A lot of that has been window dressing and not actual accommodations for people who deal with these conditions on a daily basis. Anxiety and depression are still very much brushed underneath the carpet because they are stigmatized with a great sense of shame. Whenever I ask people, "How are you doing?" the answer is, "I'm okay, I'm fine." But often their faces and their body language tells me a different story. Understandably so, life of recent has been very challenging and deeply unsettling for a lot of people in terms of losing our jobs, not being able to spend time with the people we love, losing certain freedoms that we used to enjoy. And for some people, it has brought much closer the uncertainty of life in general and the very real possibility that it could end any moment. But let's also talk about the fear of living, which has become very real for a lot of people with what has happened in the world and with what continues to happen in terms of the pandemic, but also in terms of war and other continuous global threats to life and living. Mental health facilities are constantly stretched to their limits, and there is never enough space or nurses or doctors to cater for all the people who struggle to cope. So where does that leave us? Well, first and foremost, with the necessity to address these issues, to dig them out from underneath the carpet, look them in the face, so that we can better understand what is actually going on in the world and what needs to change. The mental health system very much operates on a crisis response basis, which means that you actually have to try to take your life in order to receive attention and support. Yes, as of recent, you can go to the GP with issues such as anxiety and depression. However, the only thing that will happen most likely is that you will be prescribed some form of standardized medication. And yes, medication can be useful, especially if people are suffering from a more severe mental condition. However, it is only part of the story, and it is more like putting a plaster on the wound rather than trying to find out its root cause. I believe the root cause of a lot of mental suffering is the spiritual decline and deprivation that we have committed ourselves to over the last decades. Religious decline continues at a rapid pace, and although statistics claim that only 7% of the world's population is actually atheist, I think faith is for very few people, at least here in the Western world, part of their daily life. Because religion in the past, prior to Enlightenment, was a dominant political force that suppressed people, freedom of speech, independent thinking, and exploited people financially, it somewhat led to or spiraled into a complete rejection of anything religious. Several studies have shown that devout people have lesser symptoms of depression and anxiety, as well as a better ability to cope with stress. And I think this is very important. I think the loss of spirituality deprives people from a very important dimension of mental health and overall well-being. A better understanding of the nature of the soul and the ability to access tools that lie within our own selves that can help us to deal much better with challenging situations in life. I have mentioned before we have made some headway in terms of addressing depression and anxiety and providing some sort of help. However, very often this is not more than the prescription of pills. Yes, some doctors and workplaces do encourage people to participate in yoga and meditation classes, and some even hold them on site. However, employees often find it hard to actually allocate the time to attend these because often important meetings are booked in or other appointments. So the pressure to perform and to produce always still takes prevalence over mental health or well-being. And this is paradoxical because well-being and productivity are very closely linked. Some countries like Iceland have trialed a 4-day work week, whereby employees were enabled to organize their workload more independently. And the result of that was that workers' satisfaction increases, and so does productivity. A healthy balance between work and looking after our well-being is important, and spirituality can be a huge benefactor in this. We must understand that health does not only happen in the body, but also the mind and the soul. And once upon a time, that meant perhaps going to church, reciting prayers, and being obedient to a pope. But what it really means in its essence is to get to know yourself better, to better understand the nature of emotions and physical sensations in the body, and therefore to learn how to deal with them in a healthy way. We can learn how to take a distance and to see disturbing thoughts and emotions for what they are, occurrences in the body and the mind. Yes, they can be very real and debilitating. However, they are symptoms that we are experiencing. They are not who we are. With practice, we can learn how to take a distance and reset and connect with that part of us that can witness them and that remains unaffected. And you can join me today in a short meditation for anxiety and depression. Let's begin by releasing tensions in the body, especially around the shoulders and the neck, where we often hold a lot of tensions. You can start by simply dropping your chin down towards your chest. Bring it up towards your right shoulder as far as you can go. Forward and down towards your chest. And then up towards your left shoulder as far as you can go. Forward and down. Up towards your right shoulder. Back towards your chest. Up towards your left shoulder. One more time, you can move at your own pace. Just releasing any tensions around your neck and shoulders. And then bring your chin back towards your chest to roll it back up to center. Few shoulder rolls, you can bring them up towards your ears. Squeeze them back and down your spine, rolling them forward and up towards your ears. Squeeze them back and down your spine. One more time, up towards your ears. Squeeze them back and down your spine. Come back to center. Lift the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. So straightening your spine so that we can stay alert and not get too sleepy. And if you like, you can close your eyes. Bring your awareness to the center of your chest, the area of your heart. Imagine it to be like a lake, vast, calm, stand still. Begin to dive into the lake at the center of your chest, deeper and deeper. Feel the soft waters embracing you and caressing your skin as you move deeper. But the water doesn't get heavier as it is on Earth, but lighter. And everything becomes more and more clear. At the bottom you see a bright light shining, and you are drawn towards it, and you dive into it. A bright white light that sparkles and shines out into all directions. As you move into it, it begins to engulf your body completely. The legs, they shine. The light fills the pelvic bowl, the stomach area. It floods the entire chest cavity, the throat, the head. It lights up the face like a glowing sun. The light illuminates and fills the entire body with a pleasant warmth and tenderness. All tensions melt away as we allow this soothing, healing light to seep into every cell of our body, cleansing it and purifying it of all the darkness that might have been there, that we might have imagined. In an instant, the light engulfs them. Even those darkest corners that we thought that were too hard to find and too laden with difficulty, and that were branded on our skin forever. This light pierces through everything, bursts it apart, no matter how heavy, how deep, how far it has gone. The shining light floods our entire being with soothing warmth and calm, serenity and peace. You realize that this light comes from the depths of your heart, and that its flow is relentless. It cannot be obstructed or depleted. It is who you are in your deepest essence. Peace, benevolence, love. Peace that never ends. Benevolence without condition. Love that includes everything. Take some time to rest here. Acknowledge this light. See it fully. Trust it. And abandon yourself completely, for it will never let you down. It is who you are, what we all are, and what this world is in its truest sense. I hope this video and meditation could give you some peace and well-being. Don't forget to press like, and if you like, to subscribe to my channel so that you can receive other invitations for videos like this. May your day continue to be blessed and filled with joy. Namaste.